Hello guys, today I am here to talk about carbon dioxide transport, which is a part of your respiratory system. Now let's see and how the carbon dioxide transported in the body, which is a very important topic for examination point of view. Okay, so today I am dealing with the carbon dioxide transport. Remember, I want to talk about this carbon dioxide transport with the simple headings, and each 100 ml of blood carries 4 ml of per minute of the carbon dioxide. That means 5 liters of the blood carries 200 ml per minute of the carbon dioxide. So for 5 liters, 200 ml per minute of the carbon dioxide is transported in the body. So now we'll see the carbon dioxide transport can be studied under, mainly we have 4 headings are there. Number 1 is called uptake of carbon dioxide, from the tissues. Number 2, and transport of carbon dioxide in blood is the second step. Number 3 is the carbon dioxide dissociation. Number 4 is delivery of carbon dioxide, delivery of CO2 in lungs. These are the 4 headings. With these 4 headings, we'll finish the topic. Out of the 4 headings where carbon dioxide is transported, the first heading would be uptake of the carbon dioxide from the tissue. Imagine tissue is nothing but group of the cells, and these are the group of the cells. Due to the metabolism, and a large amount of carbon dioxide is released, and this released carbon dioxide enters into the surrounding blood due to the pressure gradient. Okay, pressure gradient, where the carbon dioxide concentration is more, and from more in the tissues or cells, and in the surrounding capillary, the concentration is less. That is the reason why the carbon dioxide transported from here to here. The first step is over. Now coming to the second one, transport of carbon dioxide in the blood. The transport of carbon dioxide in the blood occurs again by 3 mechanisms, or we can study by 4 mechanisms. Number 1 called, and this is, or we can study under 3 headings. I want to make it very simple again. So one is called dissolved form. How much amount is dissolved? 7% of the CO2 is dissolved in the blood. That means it will become 0.3 ml of CO2 is dissolving in the plasma of the blood. So negligible amount of the carbon dioxide is transported in dissolved form. So the second one is called bicarbonate form. The bicarbonate form, the majority of the carbon dioxide, approximately 70% of carbon dioxide is transported in the bicarbonate form. Let us see how this would happen. For example, the same thing I told you, the carbon dioxide which is released from the tissue, this carbon dioxide enters into the surrounding RBC, first into the plasma, from there enter into the RBC. After taking entry into the RBC, it combines with the water to form carbonic acid. So that would be H2CO3. H2CO3, carbonic acid, in the presence of an enzyme called carbonic anhydrase. I will draw this picture above, and because there is a visibility issue, you can't see properly. The same diagram I am drawing above here. Once again I am drawing. Imagine it is the RBC of our blood. So RBC of our blood. So carbon dioxide enter into the cell RBC, binding with the water and forming H2CO3 and this is called carbonic acid in the presence of an enzyme called carbonic anhydrase. So this carbonic acid is a dissociate into H plus and HCO3 minus. So the HCO3 minus is called bicarbonate. So when the bicarbonate concentration increases in the blood and due to pressure gradient comparing with the plasma bicarbonate level, its level is more, increases. So the bicarbonate going out of the RBC and enters into the surrounding plasma. Bicarbonate is a negatively charged ion. So, and when inside the RBC, the negativity, we are losing negatively charged particle. That's why, and it needs, so for the electric, to maintain the balance, chloride ion in exchange of the bicarbonate, chloride ions will enter from the plasma, which is negatively charged. This is coming from sodium chloride from the plasma. Sodium chloride is dissociates into sodium and chloride. Chloride will enter into the RBC and bicarbonate will come out of the cell, and this moving of chloride into the RBC is called chloride shift. Chloride shift, very, very, very important. The chloride shift, for the other name of it is known as hamburger phenomenon, hamburger effect, hamburger phenomenon, hamburger phenomenon or hamburger phenomenon or hamburger effect. Remember, to maintain the electrical gradient or the balance, electrical balance, to maintain the balance, exchange of these ions occurring and around the RBC by a exchanger called chloride bicarbonate. There will be a exchanger is present. The name of the exchanger called bicarbonate, chloride bicarbonate exchanger. So this is how the carbon dioxide, large amount of the carbon dioxide is transported by second form called bicarbonate form. The third form, the third method is known as carbamino compound. The third method is called carbamino compound. Here I will finish the carbamino compound. In this way, 23% of carbon dioxide is transported in the blood. Now let us see what are these carbamino compounds. The carbamino compounds are nothing but, here I just write, when the carbon dioxide combining with we call it as amino group of plasma protein, amino group of plasma protein, and they forming the carbamino protein. They are the carbamino protein. The other protein is carbon dioxide combining with amino group of hemoglobin. This forms the carbaminohemoglobin. This forming the carbaminohemoglobin. These two are called carbamino compounds. These two are carbamino compounds. So the 23% the carbon dioxide is transported in carbamino compounds. So I told you in the beginning, the carbon dioxide transport occurs by 4 headings. One is uptake. Uptake I have explained you. Number 2 is the transport. Transport is done under 3 headings. One is a dissolved form and bicarbonate form, carbamino compound form. The third one is called your carbon dioxide dissociation. carbon dioxide dissociation curve. Okay, dissociation curve. When you draw the carbon dioxide dissociation, partial pressure of carbon dioxide and carbon dioxide level on x-axis and y-axis, and the curve is plotted obtained by the partial pressure of it is a relationship between the partial pressure of carbon dioxide and carbon dioxide level in the blood. We got a curve which is obtained by it is a plotted, or it is a recorded, or it is a relation between these two, is known as carbon dioxide dissociation curve. So the normally the curve would be, and we have seen in the in case of oxygen transport, the curve is sigmoid shape. In detail I tell you, I will explain you in case of your oxygen transport. And here the curve may shift towards right or may shift towards left. Mainly two factors are very important and influencing the oxygen dissociation curve here. What are those two factors? Before I tell you the two factors, the total carbon dioxide content is directly proportional to partial pressure of the carbon dioxide is one point. So now what are the factors? One factor is oxygen. So what is this oxygen? Increased partial pressure of the oxygen and causes increase in the CO2 dissociation. Increase in the CO2 dissociation. I will explain you what is it. When the oxygen level increases at the level of the lung, increases in the body, and this is called oxygen adding to the hemoglobin. When the oxygen is adding to the hemoglobin, by the same time CO2 leaving the hemoglobin and dissociating from RBC or hemoglobin, and leaving from the body, the carbon dioxide is leaving from the body. This effect is called Halden effect. Halden effect. Very, very important Viva question. Multiple choice question is the Halden effect. What is it? What is the meaning of the Halden effect? Loading of oxygen in the lungs. The loading of the oxygen in the lung dissociating the CO2. Where with this the curve is shifted towards the right due to oxygen. Number two, second important factor is called 2,3-DPG. 2,3-diphosphoglycerate. The 2,3-diphosphoglycerate is one of the factor which influences the curve, which this is always 2,3-DPG competing with the CO2 to bind with the hemoglobin. Binding with the hemoglobin. So at the same time, at this level also, carbon dioxide ODC curve is shifting towards right. So these two factors where the shift the curve towards right, and very important factors. Now, and three headings have completed. Carbon dioxide transported by uptake was done, transport was explained, CO2 dissociation was done, and the last mechanism, the fourth one is called the delivery. With the delivery, I conclude my lecture. So how the delivery occurs? When the venous blood, suppose one alveoli is surrounded by the pulmonary capillary. So when the venous blood delivers, to the lungs in expired air. That means what I would like to tell is, through the pulmonary capillary, carbon dioxide is delivering into the alveoli due to pressure gradient. Once again, it is caused by the pressure gradient. In expired air from the tissues, carbon dioxide is released from the capillary into the alveoli. From there, from all the alveoli, as a part of expiration, large amount of carbon dioxide is sent out of the body. So here the delivery again in turn depends on three factors. One factor is partial pressure of CO2. What is the partial pressure of CO2? Due to the pressure gradient pressure gradient in the beginning I have said, and tissue releasing the CO2 because the gradient is more, carbon dioxide gradient is more, it releases into the surrounding capillary. From there to it traveling to the pulmonary capillary, because in the pulmonary so PCO2 was explained. This is already due to the pressure gradient, how the carbon dioxide moving from tissues to capillaries, surrounding blood, from there to pulmonary capillary, from there to and alveoli, from there to and what we call it as expired air out of the body. Now the second factor would be partial pressure of oxygen. And this is always previously I mentioned, we called it as Halden effect. Halden effect, under the heading of the Halden effect I have told you. So what is the meaning of the Halden effect? The loading of O2 and combining to the hemoglobin causes unloading of the carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide is unloaded from hemoglobin, and it will enter into alveoli, from there to out of the body. Is called Halden effect. And the third factor is temperature. Temperature also affecting the carbon dioxide and the transport. This is with these all headings, with the content what I have delivered, I conclude my lecture. And please, if you have any comments, you can add your comments in my comment box. And if you like my channel, subscribe my channel and comment it and share the content. Definitely will come with the nice topics in future. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.